Hello, host people. Kerstin here with Retrain a Trotter Part 6. We are now in the 6th week of training Isaiah Favardy, a 7-year-old French trotter. And bear with me, the camera is very wobbly today because it is quite windy. And I had to put the selfie stick into a big barrel because the wind was blowing over my tripod all the time. So we start here with a little bit of a resistance when I go on the right turn. This old problem, we had it last time already. But I try to get him more used to bend towards the right by riding a little bit of shoulder four. And today I am doing mainly my trot work and I try to change the tempi. So I try to ride a little bit more collected in a little bit lateral gait, and after that I go rising trot and I encourage him to go a bit more forward. Here this shoulder 4 was actually quite nice on 3 tracks. So I had a volte here, and out of the volte I try now to let him yield a little my left leg. And as I told you last time, I like to keep the flexion in the leg yield to give him an idea of the upcoming half passes. So I like to keep him flexed and bent into the direction he is running to. Whenever I feel he is losing a little bit his balance, I go back onto a circle, bend him back into the inside. Here I try again to let him yield my outside leg. As you could see, he was not understanding that I actually asked him to look towards the right. So we try that again. There was a little head shake. I had to sit a little bit deeper to get him back onto the eights, and now I try to let him yield my left leg, and slowly but surely I flex him towards the right. So the effect is that he has to describe a longer way with the left hind foot to get it in front of the right one. And after that I change through diagonal. Here he's getting a little bit uneven. Maybe it was a little bit too much for him for his hind feet, but he will regain his rhythm here already. When I do the shoulder forward towards the left and bring the weight more on the left hind foot, he was going much more regular again. You see, I ride frequent transitions. What means transitions? I change frequently between the sitting trot and the rising trot. Sitting trot, whenever I feel he's falling a little bit apart, I fit in a volte or a little bit of a lateral gait. And once I feel he's waiting for me, then I can speed up a little bit without losing balance. Here, try a little bit half pass. He gets the idea, even though he gives me some head shakes. But for considering that he is with me only for 6 weeks, I'm pretty happy that he understands the concept. He is a little bit wobbly from behind. You can see that he cannot really hold the balance that well yet. I try to go down center line. My arena is not exactly rectangular. It has a very weird shape. It looks like the bottom of a shoe. So when I come down center line from the letter C, it's a very narrow turn because the short side is only 15 meters on that side. Here I try a little bit leg yield towards the left, and I change all the time. I let him yield the left leg, I let him yield the right leg, so that I'm permanently asking him to move one or the other hind foot further under the weight. Here I'm again down center line and I ride a hold. His hind end is swinging a little bit too far to the right, so I will do that again. Once again down center line. Here the turn is better. He was better prepared in the turn. And I try a little bit shoulder four here to keep the right hind foot under the weight. Is doing the hold through a transition to walk, but at least he was standing pretty square in the end. So I changed the direction and I try the same from the other side. And I have to figure out from which side the turn onto the center line is easier for him. So if he's competing one day, it makes sense to start the test from his better side. I would say left rein is his easier side. And I come back to hold. Here I keep him in the shoulder for position straight away. He was a little bit resistant, but he was standing square in the end. I don't let him stand for too long. I just want to give him an idea what it means, what I want from him, and I release him into the forward. When I try to keep him standing still for 4 seconds or whatever, then I would have to interfere too much with his mouth, which I don't want. I want to keep him happy and comfortable on the mouth. So I'm almost done here. I tried a little bit canter here. I tipped him with the whip on the shoulder to prepare for canter, but then he was getting so nervous that I thought I better leave it. And instead I decided to let him chew the bit out of the hand as far as he can. He's still a bit tucked in with the nose, so I wish he would reach out with his nose a little bit further, but we are getting there slowly. So nose, every now and then the nose is coming a little bit in front of the vertical and he's reaching out more with his neck. He's using his neck more as a balance pole, and when he does so, then his hind feet can swing further underneath his belly, and the back starts swinging. We have good moments and not so good moments, but we are getting there. I give him a little bit time to find his way, so he has to get used to this longer shape with this extended neck, and I have to give him time, and maybe it's not much happening here. I'm just doing my circles left and right, but I try to keep him comfortable in this longer shape, that he finds his balance here. How he is built, I would say he shouldn't go further down with his nose than his chest, because if he would dip even further down with his neck, he would sink in with his withers and he would come too far on the forehand. But here on the short side, I think we're gonna get some nice strides here. For example, still a little bit too tight in the nose, but he is using his neck muscles a bit better. Still a way to go, but slowly but surely we will be getting there, and his back will become a little bit more bouncy. So here we have a transition to walk, a little bit against the hand, but I don't mind because he was working actually pretty well. So I come to an end, give him his well-deserved pet. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, give me a thumb up, and until next time.